Hey guys, it's Johnny of Babylon5.com. I'm bringing to you a tips and tricks video for San Diego Comic-Con. It is coming up in 10 days. Probably when this video comes out, it'll be a few days out. But I just wanted to offer my help. I myself have been going to Comic-Con for 15 years. This will actually be my 16th year. I have tried to keep as many of my badges over the years. It's kind of cool to look back. Been going for over a decade. I love going because you get to meet so many cool people from all over the world, all over the country, that kind of come together because their love for comics or animation, TV shows, movies, all of that. I want to help you, even if you've been going several years like myself, or if you've never gone before and this is your very first Comic-Con, because it is overwhelming. First thing I would say, bring sunblock. However, whatever brands, so much going on, you kind of forget that you're in the sun all day and you get burned. And you don't want to start off your con with a nasty sunburn. Deodorants, whatever you like, Old Spice, Axe, whatever it is, don't use it too much, but just something to kind of lightly mask your natural odors. Moral story, shower, use body, any sort of deodorant. Because it's sunny Southern California, I would recommend some shades. Sunglasses are very, very important. I will be transitioning to these Stormtrooper ones that people have complimented me on. And then this other pair, Boba Fett. Whatever you can do to make yourself comfortable, I would highly recommend doing that. So sunglasses, very important. Water. Okay, water is very important. So I know I'm not endorsing these brands, but Orchestral makes this large kind of double insulated bottle. Same with this brand, Swell. I love this bottle. This bottle will keep your liquids cold for 24 hours. It's double insulated, and I would choose to carry one or other. People have fainted before, not a good way to end your con. And I love seeing the different type of nerdy t-shirts like that people wear and people buy, and generally to keep the sun out of my eyes, I bring a hat. I've got my Star Wars hat that I bought recently, which I absolutely love. You're gonna have a lot of gadgets from your camera, whether you use a point and shoot camera. I've got this one and this one that I'm shooting on. Compacts, just have it at the ready because keep your head up. A lot of celebrities walking through Gaslamp, they stay at various hotels that you and I will be staying at. Be polite, courteous. If they have time, they would love to take a picture with you. Sharpies. I can't say that you use Sharpies very often, but when you don't have it, it's kind of an inconvenience. Have Sharpies available. They're small, compact, put them in your bag, just have them there so that you can pull them out and have them sign something. Batteries. Having extra batteries is very helpful. So I've got 2 brick external batteries that can charge my phone. The last thing you want is your batteries to die. So I highly recommend packing some external batteries to get you through the day and then charging at the hotel. So I've got extra batteries for both my point and shoot camera and my DSLR, and these for my other devices. Having a Kindle, having something to read kind of in between. Of course, I would highly recommend striking a conversation with somebody in line with you. I've made so many friends over the years just talking to the person next to me. They're most likely interested in the same thing that you are. Breath mints. You don't want to be talking to these people that you're meeting with bad breath. Make a friend, share a mint. One of the things that I realized in the last couple of years is that waiting in line is tough on the body, and I used to sleep in my car. You highly recommend bringing things that make you comfortable. And one of the things I've always kind of made fun of or kind of shied away from is a foldable chair. I've got a foldable chair. This thing is amazing. It's super light. This one's a little bit more pricey, but I bought it because I do a lot of camping. This thing is awesome because even if you're waiting for an hour or two, it's good to sit because you're going to be doing a lot of walking. They do have other ones that are really much cheaper than this particular chair. I bought one the first year. It folds down to about this big. It's flat and it's just a stool, and you could unfold it and fold it down. It's about 20 bucks. You can find it on Amazon. I don't know the name of it. So With Hall H, depending on the popularity of what the programming is in Hall H, usually Friday and Saturdays are the biggest. This year, Hall H on Saturday is probably the biggest, with WB at the very beginning and bookending it with Marvel. Marvel has a history of announcing all of their Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3 projects and bringing cast members and showing exclusive trailers. So a lot of people do wait in line early because they just introduced a new ticketing system. So you don't have to spend the night out there. A lot of people do, but it definitely has been a great system. So we basically start lining up around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we alternate in 3-hour shifts, and then around the late evening, I forgot what time, they start handing out wristbands, and they're sectioned by chorales. There's A, B, C, D, and etc. And once you get your wristband, guaranteed admission to Hall H, but you still need to be there when the doors open. So I would highly recommend getting in line early, have a buddy system. Having a chair is great. I had the chair last year. Oh my God, it saved me so much energy. Bring water, snacks, all of that is very important. The days of waiting an hour or 2 hours before Hall H for a big panel are gone. You have to wait overnight. Ballroom 20, exactly the same. I would say listen to our podcast, because we go into a little bit more detail on how those lines actually work. All right. Okay, so if you are into getting signings, which a couple years ago I decided that I wanted to get some of my comic books signed. Didn't really know anything about what that was like. And from what I've learned is that CGC is one of 2 big grading companies, official grading companies, that will grade, certify, sort of notarize the signature of the celebrity that you're, or artist or writer that is signing your comic book. They have a booth at Comic-Con every year, and you can go to that booth, and they have plenty of volunteers that are certified witnesses that will stand with you in line as you get your comic book signed. Now, they can't afford to stay with you for an hour or 2 hours, so what you would essentially do is you go to CGC and you make a friend with one of the volunteers. You find out the time that the artist is signing, or the writer is signing, and you get their phone number. They give you their personal mobile phone number, and while you're waiting in line, and as you are maybe 10 minutes out, you can text them, say, hey, I am 10 minutes away from the front of the line, and then they'll shoot right over. They're very familiar with the floor layout. They're like, oh, I'm at aisle 2200 in front of the blah 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 Marvel booth. You basically hold this comic book as carefully as you can through the convention show floor, which is kind of a challenge with how crowded it is. You fill out some paperwork and you make payment. I think it's generally $35, $40. You want insurance and all that. And 3 months later, they send you your signed comic. This was one of my first comics that I ever got signed, was exclusive Walking Dead issue 100. This is one of my favorites, Sweet Tooth, signed by Jeff Lemire. So I have to give you some tips about food. Now, I like to pack trail mix or Cliff Bar or like an energy drink, just stuff to have in my bag to snack on. I would recommend buying that before coming down to Comic-Con, or stopping by a grocery store and picking those things up. If you're on a low budget, which I have been many years here and there, I would buy items to make a sandwich and pack that in your bag. Because we all know that convention food is not the healthiest, not the tastiest, and is generally very expensive. So unless you want to eat pizza or pretzels and hot dogs the entire convention, I would highly recommend buying your own food and bringing it and packing it in your bag. One of the things that I do when I first get to Comic-Con is to eat at the Tin Fish. It's right across from the convention center. Great place to people watch. There's so many people walking through Gaslamp, setting up, doing last minute like prep, having a basket of fish and chips and a nice cold beer is a great way to kind of unwind, especially since I drive from LA. So I didn't want to tell you a little bit about the offsite. So you don't really have to spend all your time at the convention. Some of the bigger ones are Nerd HQ, which Sean Connolly of Babylon 5 is a volunteer of and has been for a couple years. Other things are Geek and Sundry. Felicia Day's thing has grown in the last couple of years. Chris Hardwick's Carnival, founder of Nerdist. So I'm really excited to hang out with a lot of my friends at Comic-Con, but I'm really excited to also meet you. So if you really enjoyed this video, I'm very approachable. Come talk to me. I'd love to meet you. Whether you want to talk about Star Wars or Star Trek, comics, Doctor Who, Firefly, etc. I'm all about all of that. I have been going for 15 years. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, like it, subscribe, comment. You can follow me on Twitter at Nerd Outburst, or you can follow me on Instagram at AZNActor, and Babylon5.com. We post movie reviews. We do some event coverage there as well. And yeah, looking forward to meeting you at Comic-Con. Babylon.